it's me, Kelly, here again. What I wanted to talk about today with you is something that I very briefly touched on in my video Motivation in Language Learning, and that's the importance of having a routine for your language learning, but also how you can fit language learning into your everyday life when you don't have your half an hour, 45 minutes a day luxury to be able to spend on your target language or target languages when you've got busy times and you're not able to spend that time. So routine, I think, is really important in language learning, and like I've said before, every single day I try to dedicate between half an hour to 45 minutes to the languages that I'm learning. And it's important that you find the best time of day for you. Some of us concentrate better in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening. So you need to figure out what time is the best time for you. So I'll take my half an hour, 45 minutes, and I try to eliminate all distractions. I put my phone on airplane mode. I make sure if I'm doing something on the internet that there's no notifications turned on or anything, so I can just fully concentrate on that language. So that's important, and I think it's important to try to stick to the same time every single day. If you can't, and quite often I'm not able to, then I will always still make sure I do that half an hour, 45 minutes as close to the time that I was supposed to as I can. But what happens when you're really busy, like I've been this week, and I just haven't had that time? And there is other things you can do which I think are equally as important, and I don't believe that you need hours a day to spend on language learning. And sometimes I think those smaller chunks of time can sometimes be more beneficial. So here's some suggestions for some things that I do when I don't have the luxury of being able to spend that half an hour, 45 minutes a day on my language. So every single day, every single morning without fail, I have to have a cup of tea. So as I'm drinking my tea in the morning, I'll get my Afrikaans book that I'm using, the Afrikaans on one side and the English on the other, and it also has a CD. So as I'm drinking my tea in the morning, I'll just read through either the Afrikaans or I'll read the English and listen to the Afrikaans on the CD. I try to change up what I do, so that's quite easy to do whilst I'm drinking my tea. Sometimes I'll even get a pen and paper and I'll read the English and write it out in Afrikaans. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a lot for me to be able to do that. So something else you can do, people that drive to work, you can listen, or even if you're getting public transport, you can listen to podcasts or watch videos on YouTube in your target language. I know people that use the Anki flashcard app on their phone. They've said that, when they're waiting for the bus, or when they're traveling somewhere, or they're dropping the children off at school, or they're queuing in the supermarket, they'll quickly spend a couple of minutes just looking through a couple of flashcards, and that helps them that way. At least they're then seeing their target language that they're learning. Something else I've been doing with my French, I've been using the Pimsleur approach, and I know that I think a lot of people don't like Pimsleur. I think it's like Marmite, you either love it or you hate it. But for me, because I like to learn on the go, I find that works really well for me. I really like the Pimsleur. So I try in the morning as I'm getting ready, as I'm putting my makeup on, or what, I'll try to listen to the Pimsleur. And I also try to listen to the Pimsleur if I haven't been able to dedicate that half an hour to the French. I'll try to listen to the Pimsleur as I'm walking to work, or even as I'm cooking my lunch, or as I'm washing up. So I'm not sitting at a desk. You don't have to be sitting at a desk for half an hour, 45 minutes to learn. And actually those times that I've grabbed 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there and 2 minutes here, or looked at a flashcard here and there, has actually sometimes been a lot more beneficial. Another thing I do when I'm at work is, if there's certain vocabulary I'm learning or a couple of new words that I want to learn, I'll write them out on a piece of paper and I'll have it by me when I'm at work. And I'm not trying to force the words into my brain or anything. I'm just, as I'm working, I'll just glance down at the piece of paper and I see those words a few times. I might mull them over for a few minutes in my head, but most of the time I'm not really thinking about them, I'm just seeing them. And I found that that's actually been quite interesting as well. And I've picked up words from that and I've remembered them. And if you can tie in something that happened in your day to that word, I find actually that works quite well. And anytime you're having a cup of tea or coffee during your day, you can look at your Anki flashcards, or you can watch a YouTube video in your target language, or listen to a few minutes of a podcast. So you don't have to be sitting at a desk for 45 minutes, half an hour. There is so much you can do. So if you haven't got loads of time, don't feel despondent. You can still learn a language. There is absolutely no reason why you can't. And also, at the same time, if you're spending your half an hour, 45 minutes, great. Do these things as well during the day. And yeah, it's going to be really good for you. So that's everything on that for now. I hope it's been helpful. This is all things that I found from my own experience language learning. I learned I tried to learn 2 languages at school, French and German. And the French I really did fail at. German I was okay at, but I didn't enjoy language learning at school. I enjoyed the languages themselves. I've always loved languages, but I didn't enjoy the process of learning the languages. And I think that when you take the approach that I'm talking about, which is, not spending hours studying, not spending loads of time thinking about grammar, but following the things that you enjoy. So watching podcasts you enjoy in your target language, doing word searches in your target language, quizzes, whatever it might be, then you're going to learn much faster and you're going to enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, you'll keep at it, and then you will get better at it. So yeah, so good luck with your languages. Let me know down below in the comments what languages you're learning, and if there's any tips and tricks that you have. And I'd like to hear if there's any weird times during the day that you've used to learn your languages, or anything you do that might be helpful to me, might be helpful to other people, and hopefully we can share ideas and we can learn together. So that's everything for now. Yeah, have a great day. Bye for now.